Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
Hi, I am Albert A. Michelson and I'm a physicist. Between 1885 and 1887, Edward W. Morley and I conducted experiments to measure the motion of the Earth relative to the luminiferous aether, which is the medium that we believe light travels through.
What were you guys trying to find?
We were attempting to prove the existence of the luminiferous aether by detecting the relative motion through the aether by using my interferometer, which extracts information from waves by combining them after they have traveled different paths. Sadly, we were never able to detect the aether, and if we did, the measurements were so tiny that we had to accept the experiment as a failure.
Where did your experiment take place?
This experiment actually took place in the basement of Adelberg Dorm of Western Reserve University, which is now called Pierce Hall.
Who else was involved in the experiment?
Edward Morley is a big collaborator of mine. I love working with Ed. We made great progress on the experiment. He actually helped me improve on my original interferometer. He was really integral to funding the experiment, and I'm also grateful to him for not giving up on me when I had my mental breakdown early on in the experiment. I'm very grateful for him, and if it wasn't for him, none of this would have got done. Thank you, Ed.
What was your role in the experiment?
I designed and created the original interferometer, which could observe the interference patterns in light. I also sat out Ed to help me with my experiment. I had heard of his precision and accuracy with chemistry, and I really needed someone like that on my team. While conducting our current experiment, I would also compare the data to my original experiment at the Naval Academy.
What impact did your experiment have on the physics community?
Well, that's actually a pretty funny question, because our experiment became known as the most famous failed experiment. They call it this because in our attempt to prove the existence of the luminiferous aether, we actually proved that it doesn't exist, or at the very least that there isn't enough to cause a real effect on light. In this discovery, we used our new technique to establish wavelengths of light as a standard of length. These results also played a role in Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity.
What other events are happening around the world at this time?
Well, our experiments were conducted between 1885 and 1887, so I'll list off a few. Grover Cleveland was inaugurated as the 22nd president in 1885. The Statue of Liberty was dedicated to New York in late 1886. Also in 1886, Carl Benz designed and built the first mobile powered by an internal combustion engine, and one of my favorites is when Emil Berliner invented the gramophone, which is a device that can record and play sounds on a flat disc.
What are some of your most notable awards?
I'm glad you asked. I'm the first American to receive a Nobel Prize in Physics. I won the Copley Medal, Henry Draper Medal, and the Gold Medal of the Royal Astronomical Society. I also have a crater on the moon named after me.
Thank you for coming by and doing the interview for us.
Thank you for having me. I had a really good time. I enjoyed spending time with you guys answering questions, and I hope you guys have a good day. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Michael Checkers, Michael Checkered. I'm glad you asked. I'm the first American to receive a Nobel Prize in Physics. I won the Copley Medal, Henry